Hello, Janet, live session. Thank you so much for coming. As I promised you the previous video, today is the DS160. DS160. On this page, we mean business. Welcome. Today I'll go step by step on how to fill the DS160 to increase your chances at the embassy. We all know that without the embassy, we have no chance. We have to go through this embassy, my friends. And if you haven't watched the video I did a few days ago, I was on my desktop and I explained how to apply for F1 student visa. That was our goal, is to understand, get these cheap community colleges, get these cheap universities so that we can move to the next step. And we say the next step is to understand how to fill the DS160. Once we understand how to fill the DS160, we are going to learn how to face the embassy. Okay, stepwise. So everyone, if I don't mention your names, I love you so much for coming. Many people, I know you'll watch this video later, but I mean business. When I say I'll show up, I show up. So thank you so much for coming. For those who haven't heard the news, I posted down here for F1 student visa students who are already in the United States. Please make sure you're in touch with your university. Make sure you're in touch with your college to understand what is going on. You need to be a full-time student. You need to be in the classroom. No online courses, okay? No online courses, otherwise they prefer that you go home. Of course, if you go home, probably you'll come back if your visa is valid, but we don't want that to happen. We don't want anything to cut your education short. So keep in touch. So far, Harvard and MIT have sued. They want to stop this injunction, okay? Because of Corona, they want their students to go online for safety. So we'll see what happens, but we know us here, Janet Rangi people, we are better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. If I'm an international student, right now I'm on Google, I'm looking for the next community college that is a few miles from me, from another state. I'm finding a transfer and making sure that when the fall comes, I'm in class. Okay, so don't just go there and wait for politics. Politics will not fix you. Us, we are here to take care of ourselves. Okay, so I hope you get the point. This is serious. They are saying for F1 students, you need to be in class. That is just, we don't know, but that's what has come to our understanding, that you need to be in class in the fall, otherwise you go home. So we want you to be in class, no online classrooms. So we'll wait, let them do what they want to do. MIT, Harvard, let them sue, we see what happens. Okay, but for us, we are smarter than that. Janet Rangi followers are smarter than that. You always want to be ahead of the game. You want to do the right things, my friend. Don't take chances. Don't take chances. Show up in class. Transfer if your school is offering full-time online. Make sure you do what the CIS is telling you. Do what ICE is telling you, okay? Presidential powers are presidential powers, you like it or not. So make sure you're on the safe side. So spread the word F1 student visa. Keep in touch with your school. Be in touch with your DSO. Be in touch with the international office, okay? Fall is coming. August, September, schools are opening. Make sure you do the right thing. Secondly, for DV Lottery 2020, again, the American Lawyers Association is planning on suing something. Let's see if you have a chance. We don't know. You might get a chance to come, maybe not. So far, things don't look good. Okay. All right. That was just housekeeping. But the title today, thank you so much. I see all of you. The title today, as I promised, and I know many of you are sleeping. By the time I wake up, usually I see 15,000 views, 20,000 views, but for now, thank you so much for coming. So we finished. I went through step by step. I did not leave any stones untouched. Anyone wanting to apply for F1 student visa, we went through everything. This is the next step. Now we have gotten the I-20. Remember where we stopped in the last video? We've done everything. We've put our applications, we've given the education, we've given the SATs, we've given what they need. And we've given the bank statements. Now, they've given us an I-20. What is an I-20? Admission in the United States college. Now we have it. What is the next step? Is to go to our local embassy and book an appointment. Okay? So now, when you book the appointment for F1 student visa, they require you to fill a form at the embassy called DS160. It's completely online. Are we clear? For those who are new on the page, welcome. Okay? For the oldies, they know Janet doesn't take anything for chance. Okay, some people know these things, they can Google and do quick. But when Janet breaks down, she breaks down for someone who is hearing the word F1 student visa for the first time. And probably they're even university students, they just didn't care. They just never wanted to come to America. Now they know their chances. They are opening their options. So we are focusing on breaking down. This is a forum of us understanding things step by step. Okay? All right. So today, I prepared for you a PowerPoint. So you'll be seeing my face in and out, in and out. Okay? But for now, we're going to do the PowerPoint. Okay? All right. So let's go. Loli, thank you so much for coming. Senge Mkubwa, thank you so much for coming. All right, guys, let me show you the PowerPoint, okay? All right. Now, non-immigrant visa application, which is called the DS-160. DS-160 is what we are going to focus on today, okay? All right, so before we continue, we have to focus on the truth. Most of us, we have rumors when it comes to the embassy. Huh? Embassy. Oh, do this, do that, do this. If you say this, they will deny you. If you say, no, speak your truth. Basically, speak your truth, my friends. Are we on the same page? We are going to make sure we speak the truth. DS-160, we are going to speak our truth. And as I keep going on, you will see what I mean by the truth, okay? All right, so moving on. We need to keep it simple. No panicking. No panicking. So these are the demographics. They will be asking you, what is your full name? Correct spellings. Okay? Other names. Have you ever used any other names? And by that, you don't just go that, oh, my relatives call me Senje. Okay, my relatives call me Boy. My relatives call me Dolly. Okay, no. You want to make sure the names that are anywhere in your ID. Okay? So make sure your state ID, your national ID, your passport, those are the names you are focusing on, okay? So that is what they are going to ask you. This is a cheat sheet. In America, we call them cheat sheets, okay? So I'm bringing for you, and then by the end of this video, on top, I will post the link, okay? So you guys can go and look and study and be prepared, because the time you go to fill the DS-160, us on Janet Rangi, we've revised. We know what to expect, okay? So they're going to ask you, are you male or female? These are simple questions. That's what I'm saying. Keep it simple, okay? Keep it simple. Marital status, are you married or single? Okay? Date of birth in America, we start with the date, month, and then year, okay? So don't worry about cramming these things. Janet has this thing for you, okay? Don't cram anything. What is your country of origin? Don't guess. Go by your passport, okay? Keep your passport in front of you. Keep your ID in front of you. The most important thing that embassy will care about is what is on your passport and your birth certificate. Sometimes you can have mistakes on your driver's license or maybe your national ID. We don't know. But make sure your passport is the same as your birth certificate. Your mother is the same, okay? The names. That's what I mean. Country of origin. Okay, do you hold or have you ever held another nationality other than the one you indicated in the form? So if you are Kenyan, you're Kenyan. For me, I can say yes. American, okay? I can always say American or Kenyan. Janet can always say American or Kenyan. All right? So you need to keep these things simple. Simple DS-160. Your correct names as they appear on the passport, okay? Make sure the dates match. Dates match. Good spellings. Okay? Alright. So my friends, so that is how the DS-160 will look. Okay, so let's move on. Okay? Okay. Alright, today I'm presenting, for those who are new, this is Janet Rangi. Janet Rangi, okay. Now, you need to have your passport ready and your ID, because those are the numbers you'll be filling in. What is your national number? Identification number. Okay? Now, US Social Security number for Janet will put in. For you who doesn't have it, does not apply. US taxpayer ID does not apply. You remember, these forms are being filled for everyone around the world. Many people use the same form. Okay? Your address, PO box, okay, your city, your country, all those, that simple. Remember that image I showed you? This is simple demographic information. You're telling them where you came from, okay? If the address you're mailing and the one you are using, you just say same. No stress. So on this page, this is what they will ask you: your national ID, this social security and taxpayer ID. We don't have, most of us. Have your address ready. Okay, when you are going to fill the DS-160, your postal code, every country is different. Make sure you find find out from people. Mary says, thank you, Janet, for the tireless efforts. You make sure that we are truly informed. We really love you and appreciate you. Mary, I love you back, okay? So, we are not going here feeling green. You know, we are not going to be green. When it comes to the embassy, we are not going to be green. We are going to know. So now, the next time you go to the embassy, you're going to know this is what to expect. That's all we are doing here, okay? All right, so moving on, my friends. Let's go to this. And then, let's move to the next section. They will tell you, list the purposes of your trip to the United States. Okay, they will give you options. Okay, so if you're coming as a student, like for example, academic or language student, you specify, are you coming as an F1 student? Are you coming as a spouse of F1 who is F2 student? Are you coming on B1, B2, business or visiting or medical or weddings? Okay, all those things. Are you coming as a J1 exchange visa, cultural exchange? So know why you're coming. Are you coming on K1 visa, spouse visa? Are you coming on a green card? But green card, this will be a different form. This is for another day. So they will ask you the list of purposes of the trip to the US. That is what they are going to ask you. We are covering DS 160. Okay, what is your principal applicant? Principal always means you. Okay, whoever is applying, you are the one applying. Again, the name should match your passport. Your name should match your birth certificate. That's simple. Okay, intended date of arrival. Now, you know the school gave you an I-20 and the school told you when to arrive. So approximate and tell them when you, don't say things out of the air. Now you're guessing. What are you guessing? Okay, don't guess. Okay, so if you're coming to visit, for example, you're coming to visit for 3 months. Tell them you're coming for 3 months. I have a wedding. After the wedding, I'll go visit my cousin in so. 3 months, I'm back on my job. Okay? How long are you going? You're going for as a student, 6 months, wherever. Okay? Tell them the truth based on the purpose of why you're going. Okay? All right, your address, where you'll be staying, you want to tell them. You want to tell them where you'll be staying. Be in contact with the people in America. Who is this in America? Let them give you the address. The address, write exactly as the person gives you. In America, it's a little bit different from what we are used at home. Don't panic. Okay, just follow the directions, the street. Usually American address has a street and maybe apartment number or house number. Sometimes it doesn't. And then it has a zip code and it has the state and then the country, of course, USA. Okay, so just follow directions. That one, plan ahead. Plan ahead to know who is this person inviting you. Where are you going to stay? Is it an apartment? Is it the dorm? Is it a family? So you want to make sure you have everything. Okay? Someone says she's applying for F1 student. At which point do you file for F2 visa for your spouse? That's a good question. You can file at the same time or you can come and then you invite them later. Okay? You just tell the school, I've always told you for F2, all they need is just a bank statement showing more money. So for a bank statement for F1 student, they'll ask you to show 15,000. But if you say you're coming with your spouse and kids, they might say, no, we need a bank statement that shows $20,000. And then they will issue an I-20 for each of you. On the same date, or you can come and they follow you, whichever works for you. Okay? All right. Now, and by the way, if you make sure when you're here, you are in good standing, you're legal, you're passing your exams, you're keeping up with the number of credits per hour in school. Okay? Who is paying for this trip? They will ask you. You can say self. Travel companions, are you coming just the way someone asked you? Thank you, Vera, for meeting me live today. You can say coming with my husband or kids. So are you coming with companions? Yes. Okay? So your truth, my friend. So don't worry about these things. Okay? All right. Moving on to the next section. Relax. My friends, relax. The whole point, relax. Some of you are so tense. Relax. Okay? You need to have your passport. That's the information of DS 160. Okay? They'll ask you what type of passport you have. Most of us have a regular passport. Here in America, they usually give us a regular passport, and there's another one called, it has 12 pages. So maybe for you, it doesn't matter. Just choose regular. Okay? Okay. Oh, book number. Actually, it's there. The book. They say, do you want a book or you want a passport? I've never known the difference. For most of us, just say the truth is regular passport. Okay? All right, who issued you? Is it Nigeria? Is it Kenya? Or where did you get it? Did you get it in Nairobi, Kisumu, Abuja? Okay, where did you get Blantyre? Where did you get this passport? That's all. Go to the passport, make sure it's the correct. When did they give you the passport? They want to know. Date, month, year. Mike, thank you so much. Expiration date, again, date, month, year. Have you ever lost a passport, or have you ever had your passport stolen? Now, my friends, you need to relax and say the truth. You cannot fill the DS-160 without this. These are the documents you gather in advance. You want, before you go there, I'm giving you links so that when you go there, I've normalized the process. I'm making it so simple, but this will be an online thing. Okay? All right. Kingsley say they are lucky to meet me today. So we are going through the DS-160. We want to familiarize ourselves with what is this, what is in this DS-160. Okay? Someone says ordinary passports. That's a good word. Remember, when you're filling this, there is usually a menu. You can always just click. Some of it you'll have to write yourself, but some of them, they are easy. Like country of origin, they might have a list of countries and you just go and choose. Like the dates, they might just have a list of dates and you go and choose. But some of them you'll have to type in. As we continue with this presentation today, I'm going to make it short. I'm making sure we start from the beginning to end. Okay, my friends? All right. So moving on. What else is in this DS-160? We are going to move to demographic data. Okay, we are going to move to demographic data next. Ordinary passports. Okay, my earliest admission is on July 22nd. With someone is saying, Akinyi is saying, thank you for the tip. I'm trying not to fall asleep. Stay awake. Someone Humphrey is tuned in from Nairobi. I know for you guys it's late, but Janet has to do the video when she has time. I know you'll find it. I know, and I do it on weekends. You guys find me more, but you know, I have to do what I have to do. Okay. All right. Are you traveling as part of a group organization? Yes. If you're coming, like one of my followers said, how do I get F2 for my spouse? Yes, family is coming or no. Okay. All right. US travel information. They want to know, have you ever been in the US before? Yes or no? No lying. Okay. If you've been there, just yes. They know everything. They know everything. Linda, huh? Janet, what are the processes and questions that the spouse wants to invite you over, and how long does it take it? Thank you so much, Linda, for asking. Okay, keep tuned in. Next from this video, of course, this is the embassy video, and we'll cover all that information. These are stepwise information. Okay, have you ever been issued a US visa? For Janet, the answer will be yes. For you, maybe no. Okay, for some of us who are here in America, it will be yes. For some of us, it will never be yes. So just say your truth. It's simple. Have you ever been refused a US visa, or been refused admission to the United States, or withdrawn your application for admission at the port of entry? Very important point. Okay, my friends, I'll have to read this again. This is where I don't work at the embassy. Janet is a blogger. But this is where they catch you. This is where they catch you. This is where you hear those rumors. Don't say this. Don't say that. If you say this, they will deny you. If you don't tell them, maybe they didn't even know you were deported before. Maybe they didn't know you were returned at the port of entry before. Or before because they deny you before, they will never give it to you. So just say this. No. The truth will set you free. That's all they are looking for. And by the way, they respect you for saying the truth. Okay? Sheila, thank you. Huh? DS-160, the difference between DS-160 and 260. DS-160 is non-immigrant temporary visa. You are asking, you'll go back home. DS-260, permanent visa, green card, permanent residency. Okay, so moving on, make sure you tell them the truth. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. I think there was something that I didn't cover there. Now, let me go back a little bit on that form. Have you ever been refused a US visa? You need to say the truth because they know the truth, okay? Or have you ever been denied admission in the United States? They know the truth. Don't lie, okay? Have you ever been withdrawn an application for admission in the United States? Again, don't lie, okay? They are forgiving sometimes. When you say the truth, they are forgiving. Don't just assume because you are denied 10 times. They are catching you when you say lies. Has anyone, now this is another one, big one, where Janet has been doing this for a long time. This one, has anyone ever filed an immigrant petition on your behalf with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services? If it's yes, say yes. For example, in my situation, my sister said, my sister is a US citizen, filed for an American immigration benefits for me and my family members. If no one has filed, you say no. Why do I stress this? Let me put my face here so we can stress this one. The people always say, they say rumors. If you tell them that your mother is in America, they will deny you. So you want to lie. If you say your brother filed for you a green card, they will never give you a visa. Okay? If you say this, no. What is your truth? My friends, 20th century, okay? They have biographic information in the computers. I've always told you, as soon as you reach the port of entry in America and they scan your passport, everything you said at the embassy in Abuja, okay, in Blantyre, in Kenya, in Uganda, wherever you are, whatever you told them will just show up. There's nothing you're lying. So in other words, you stand a good chance when you're saying the truth. Okay? As soon as you say, that's why people are denied. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. I had all my documents. I had my birth certificates. I had my job. They wrote a letter. I had a sponsor. I have this scholarship. And they still denied me, Alice. Long time. Okay? So you want to say the truth, my friend. Just say the truth, okay? Has anyone ever filed for you? Yes. If it's no, it's a no. What is your truth? This one I had to stress because Janet has been doing this for a long time. For you, you might watch Janet once and you disappear. Janet has been doing this now for years. So I know the pain points. I know where the problem is. And we are fixing. We are fixing this one day at a time. And we are decoding the embassy. And we are having more success. You know very well. You can do everything. But if you can't pass that embassy, you are not coming. So we have to focus. DS160. And by the way, when Janet says do a good job, this is exactly what I mean. Spellings, correct date of birth, correct names, correct information, no lying. Okay? Alright, so DS160, I hope I'm not boring you. I'll come to your comments. Moving on. I hope you're almost done with these forms. They don't ask for too much. Now they want the US contact information. Okay? Who is this contact information when you come to America? Make sure you have their names, their address, and maybe a copy of their ID. You know, you want to make sure they give you all that information before. Good thing these days we have WhatsApp, we have Messenger, we have Facebook. We can call anytime and then they will just write it for us. So that is simple information. Okay. By the way, it's okay to say I don't know. The organization, the one you're going to in America, if, of course, you cannot say you don't know which school you are going to. No. Okay? But there are some things, if you don't know, you don't know. Okay? What is the relationship with the person you are going to see in America? That is my friend. That is the church pastor. That is my American sponsor. These are just a medical institution. I'm going for treatment. This is a short course, so I don't know anyone in America. So just say your truth. But the reason Janet is writing all these things, and I'll post the link so you can open this PowerPoint. You know, this I'm just breaking down. You will enjoy it yourself when you have time, okay? Ask people, if you're going to someone's house, make sure you have their phone number, you have their address, you have their correct names as written on their passports. You probably have a copy of their passports, you know, all those, and then your email address you want to provide, okay? So those are the simple things that we need to know, okay? Moving on, truth. No lies. No lies, okay? No lies. Now we understand why we've been denied the visa. Okay? Now we know why we've been denied the visa 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. Eventually, you can just show up and say, for this who have no chance. I was misled for many years because I was misinformed. And actually, I'm just sorry that I had to do such things. This is my truth. You have a chance. Okay, Mike is saying having a strong desire to succeed. Okay, all right. So nice seeing you, my friends. We're gonna continue with this PowerPoint. Truth, no lying. Okay, family information. Family information. They are going to ask. Okay, what are your father's given names? You want again to have their ID so that you can have their name. Sometimes you don't know their date of birth, and it's okay if you don't know. This, by the way, is true. This is what my sister used. She said she didn't know. She got F2. She was not denied. Is your father in the US? No. That is the truth. You cannot say no and it's your father is here. When they type names, they are confused. They see something coming up in the background check. They're like, so, then they say, go home. You know what I mean? You say, they denied me. They denied me. Your mother's names, you want to have their ID. If they have a passport, you want to have their passports. Okay? So all this information, Jill says it's true. Rashid, thank you so much. You say information is power. Okay? So, true, Janet, that's always the first question I was asked the first day I went for the interview. I didn't understand. Thank you so much. As I always say, those people coming here, always go to the comment section. The comment section is not just for Janet. The comment section is for all of us. People go to the comment section, they make interactions, they call each other, they share information, and eventually they come here having a strong desire to succeed. So family information, they'll ask about your father, they'll ask about your mother. In my case, my dad is not alive, but of course you just say the names and all that. Okay, don't worry about that. So moving on with this DS-160, do you have any immediate relatives, not including parents, in the US? Again, you already answered about parents. Now they want to know, do you have a sister? Do you have a brother? Do you have a cousin? Again, let's come back to the truth. This is another question where people again tell each other, don't say you have a cousin. Don't say you have a brother. Don't say, no. What is your truth? What is your truth? By the way, the main difference between those who get denied and those who get, I believe, is just clarity. Your file is very clear. When they say, when you punch in information, it's matching. Yes, this is Janet. Yes, we see she has an assistant. That's what she's saying. Okay, yes, we see Janet filed for the brother, and this is what she's saying. And Janet is looking in the eyes. Janet is smiling. Communication skills are clear. She's confident. Okay, she's demonstrating that she will go back home in the interview. Okay, so that is what we want. And we will do another embassy video. Don't worry, today we are focused on the DS-160. With this video now, you have the content. You know what the forms, how the forms look like. These are the questions that will show up. The DS-160, we are not going to have excuses. The way I said we didn't have excuses last time, I gave you the cheapest community colleges, the cheapest universities. We went through the process and the exams you need to prepare. We went through that. Now we are moving towards the embassy. We are almost getting the I-20. Now we are feeling the DS-160. Next, we'll move to the embassy and deal with the interview. So thank you so much for coming. What is your status? US citizen. If it's Janet, of course, US citizen. For you, you say your citizenship. Where are you from? Okay? They'll ask you the spouse. Are you married? If not, not applicable. Single. Okay? What is the date of birth of your spouse? Again, you want to have all those. You see how many, before you fill the DS-160, you can tell that you need a lot of information. You need your passport, you need your ID, you need your father's passport, you need their ID, you need your mother's passport and identification information, you need your spouse, your husband, your wife, your children, because you're going to need their names exactly as on the, exactly, no guesswork. Just, I don't know, let me just fill in. I think my aunt used to be called Nasike. I can just go and say this. No, not I think. What is on the passport? Okay, we are going just to follow documents. Legal documents given by your state, legal documents given by your country. Okay, so you want to know the date of birth. This is the information they'll be asking you. Okay, they'll be asking you about your relatives. US citizen, okay, spouse full name, spouse date of birth, spouse's country of origin, spouse's date of birth. Like if you don't have their passport or marriage certificate or their, you know, ID, how are you gonna get this? What is your spouse's address? Okay, so those are the things they are going to ask you. So we are familiar with the DS-160. Moving on. Yes. The reason I put these pictures, of course, Steve is all the way from Japan. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. The reason I put this, treat the DS-160 as an interview. The DS-160 is an interview. Many of you go on this, they just spent with me 2 minutes. They just spent with me 3 minutes and they dismissed me. They already know you. And how? Through the DS-160. The DS-160 is introducing you. Is the one that is introducing you to the embassy. So you do a good job. So by the time you show up the first, they are just, okay. We see your name is here. We see you work here. We see you have a relative in America. We see. So how are you saying they don't know you when they spend 30 minutes on your folder? Your DS-160, treat that as a job interview. Your DS-160 is a job interview. Treat that, think like that, understand that is how they are going to evaluate you. So it's not like they are spending with you 2 or 3 minutes. Surely no. They already know you. So do a good job, okay? All right, now. Work, education, training, information. Okay, so they want to know what is your work, what is your occupation. Okay, for example, in this case, I said government. You work with the government, okay? So who is your present employer? What is the name? The National Treasury, for example. You work with the government, but in National Treasury. You work in government, but with wildlife. You work with the private sector, with the hospital, okay? What is the name of the employer? And you want to make sure, again, before you fill the DS-160, you have the name of your employer, you have the full address. Okay, I love this video because now we are going there and we are not wasting time. Because after watching this video, we will gather all the documents we need and we will do a good job. And then now we are not stressing. You're filling in, you just went to town, you have no internet, you know. You took your time to fill the DS-160, okay? Now you went all the way to town because you have no bundles, you have no internet. Oh, you're at a friend's house, you don't even have a computer. And then now you're finding out, oh, let me call them, they are sleeping. Let me call my mother. Oh, now we have to travel to the village. Or someone has to post for me. Or let me call them at 3. Let me call the bus. Or they will post for me this document. They will say, no. That's why you follow Janet. Like when you watch this video, surely you should be able to gather all this information. Well, if you work for the Treasury, have it down. Have the address for the Treasury. Have their contact number. Have their names. Have the information. Okay, because they will ask you the names and where you work, the address and all that. They will ask you when you started working with that employer. Okay, always, again, this is a secret. This is a secret. They will never want gaps. In America, they never want gaps. You always want to explain your gaps. If you say you are doing nothing, they feel like you have cobwebs. You're rusted. You are not doing anything with yourself. So you want to make sure you say you've been continuously working. If it's the last 5 years, they know you've been stable on that job. Janet, how do I show that I have family ties? You know? So, Alan, Janet, what if you're doing internship? Will you feel you're working or... Yes, internship is better than nothing. Okay? If not employed, be busy. If you are not employed, it's not looking very good. And some of you say, oh, that's how they prove that you're busy. So, like if you're a Janet Rangi follower, find internship, be busy in an office, start working for a lawyer for free, start working in a doctor's office for free. You know, start being busy. Start showing that if you graduated, don't show that you're just sitting in the house. It shows that if you go to America, you will never come back. Am I giving you tips? Am I giving you tips? Be busy. Like even you know it's true. Okay? So unless you have a baby or you're pregnant, you want to be busy, and I know at home it's not easy to find jobs, and that's why I do this to help you guys to find opportunities. But you want to show that you're busy. Yes, internship is very good. In fact, if you can find a job or a letter from the internship people that's what you're doing, very good. Use the job functions of an intern to write down. It shows you're busy even here before you get a job. They want to make sure that you did not have any gaps more than 3 months. Okay, it means either I was in school, when I finished school, maybe I rested for maybe 2 months and then I'm in a job force. I'm volunteering. I'm doing something. Maybe I'm pregnant. I'm a stay-home mom. I'm doing this. Okay, so my friends, make sure you fill in. That is how you prove ties. And some people think it's magic, but Janet, I'm single. I don't have any children. How do I prove that I have family ties? How do I prove that I have social ties? You have to show a strong application. And these are the things I say exactly that show strong application. You're busy. You're working. You're doing internship. You're volunteering. You're in a foundation. You're helping poor kids somewhere. You're raising money for this church. You're busy. And even if it's going to church, state exactly. You're a choir master. You go and you're busy going visiting homes and counseling mothers on marriages. We are counseling on health education. Your DS-160 should be busy. You have to give the embassy a reason for them to give you that visa. They are not giving people who are not busy. It's not just about having a job. It's how you have to speak up for yourself. You know, show them that you're busy, show them that you actually connect these things, and we'll do the embassy videos. But today we are focusing on DS-160 because that was a very good question. Janet, can I show internship? Yes, internship is work. Janet, I finished Form 4 2016. I didn't join college, but I'm working on a restaurant. What will I feel? Restaurant. And you clearly say what you do, okay? But you want to show like you're doing well. Relate the restaurant job and what you finished in college. Relate those and what you are coming to do. And that will cover in the embassy video, okay? I don't want to bore you too much and go beyond this presentation. Today we are focusing on the DS-160, okay? DS-160, they want to show your job experience, training information, okay? So you want to name the name of employer, where they are located, and their information. When did you start working with them? What is their phone number in case they call them? In America, they call employers all the time. What is your monthly salary? This was $6,500 per year. Divide that. Make sure it's monthly. Sorry, I wrote yearly, but just do in American dollars or do your natural currency. They've been in your country. They know these things, okay? They will do the math themselves. Just put it in, okay? Approximate. By then, if you have a good job, more likely they will trust you more, okay? If you don't have a job, you say volunteer, or, you know, so if they call, you know, they don't find any lies. So DS-160, this is another section. Let me spend time on this. We are almost done. Be patient. The DS-160, remember we are still on the job and training. In fact, someone that said internship, you can see the title was jobs and training and work experience, same thing. Okay, so we said we are working with the US, with the government. We are working with maybe treasury. Okay, so describe. Don't write one sentence and disappear. What do you do? Briefly describe your duties. It's brief, but you can see I put them in bullet points. Bullet points. You want to put clean, concise. Okay, very concise information, succinct, to the point. But people know that you're busy. Okay, what do you do every day when you wake up and take that car from 8 to 4:30? I do expenditure returns. I do authority to incur expenditures and looking at funding returns and capturing information by the department. Okay, I head the computer system department. I ensure payments go through. Okay, and I make sure existing government finances are matching. Okay, I'm committing to the computer and reconciling vouchers. Okay, all those things. You see, you're very systematic, like 5 bullet points, because they say brief. They don't want stories. By the way, you see how I wrote these bullet points? I want you to practice to do this. To the point, just like a job interview. You don't want to bore people. In a job interview, you don't want to bore people. You want to be systematic, concise, and point. Clean, no spelling errors. But when someone reads your job, they exactly know what you do. And they know you're serious, okay? So that is a place that you have to focus. Some people, they are asked, what do you do? And this I watched the embassy saying themselves. They just say 2 sentences. They don't give the embassy a sense of what they do. And maybe that is the point where they can use that as ties. They can use that as a compelling reason that you'll go back home because you have a good job. You've clearly stated what you do. And you plan to go back and they depend on you. And probably you have a letter from the employer that you did not resign. Okay? You're going to do your business and then you come back to the job. So those are the things you want to focus on, my friends, okay? We are almost done with this DS-160, I hope. Briefly describe your job duties. That is, you want to put them in bullet points. Briefly means bullet points. I'm telling you the American way of doing things. Clean, concise, to the point, okay? All right, moving on. Now, why does Janet have that picture? This one, my friends, they know you inside out. Jill says, I was not working, was voluntary at Bagathi Hospital in Mama. See, exactly. That's what Jill is saying. Exactly. Show that you're busy. If you're not in school, you're working. Show that you're busy. Show that you have a continuation. And there is nothing they don't know. They know you like a microscope. They can zoom in and find you. So don't go to the embassy thinking you are going to lie anyone. Don't lie. All the information has been recorded over the years. Your sister that went to the embassy 10 years, they still have the information. Your brother that went to the embassy 5 years ago, they have the information and they're just trying to see if they can catch you. Okay, so make sure you communicate clearly. Okay, so moving on. All right, I just put pictures so that So the reason I put that picture actually is security and background information. They know everything. They know everything, my friends. So don't lie. Don't lie to them in any way, shape, or form, okay? Have you ever been involved in or do you seek to engage in money laundering? No. This section, everything should be no. Basically, okay? Basically, everything should be no. Someone says, I'm at Baylor intern. Very good. I'm happy for you. Have you ever committed or conspired to commit a human trafficking offense in the United States or outside? No. Are you the spouse, son, or daughter of an individual who has committed or conspired or commit human trafficking? No. Have you ever aided or abetted, assisted, or colluded with an individual who has committed a human trafficking offense? No. All these things, these are serious questions. They have to be no. Moving on, we have so many of them. Okay? All right? You cannot hide. You can't hide. You can't hide, my friends, okay? You can't hide. Just say the truth. They know you, okay? Make sure you say the truth, okay? So continue with the question, security background information. Do you have a communicable disease? No. Leprosy, okay? Some of them are very complex, okay? But, you know, I'll send for you this link. I don't want to go into everything. Do you have a mental or physical disorder? You know, no. Are you or have you ever been a drug user? No. They can test these things. Have you ever been arrested or convicted for any offense? Of course, no. These are serious issues. We want to make sure all of them are clean. Okay, moving on. So many background questions. Do you seek to engage in espionage, sabotage, or export control violations, illegal activity? No. Do you seek to engage in terrorist activities? No. Have you ever intended to provide financial assistance or other to terrorists? No. Are you a member or representative of a terrorist organization? No. Have you ever committed or otherwise participated in anything torture? No, no, no. Okay, so this is a serious section. But now we know what to expect. We know what to expect, okay? Yeah, so moving on, I don't know. Have you been ordered or incited killings or political killings or acts of violence? No. Have you ever engaged in the recruitment of child soldiers? No. All those things, okay? So all, you know, I'll post for you. Have you ever violated or engaged in a conspiracy to violate the law? No. Are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution or unlawful commercial vice? No. Okay, so you are familiar with this. These are many questions, okay, but today we are covering everything. So next time you go, you know what to fill in. These ones, they have, make sure it's no. If it's a yes, you have to explain. Maybe the court said they lied or something, okay? So have you ever been directly involved in establishment or enforcement of population controls, forcing a woman to undergo abortions? No. Have you ever been involved in coercive transplantation of human organs? Things happen out there. Some of these are scary. I don't even feel like reading them, but you know, they are there. It's a no, no, no. Have you ever withheld custody of a U.S. citizen child outside the United States? No. Some people do this. They run away with kids. Serious. Okay, have you ever renounced United States citizenship because you want to avoid taxes? No. Okay, serious questions. Okay, so this is the main section they are looking at. This one, they will not miss even one. Okay, so you want to make sure it's a no. If it's a yes, you better have affidavit support. I don't know if we finished them, but we can go back anyway. You want to make sure that section of security background is no. They know the truth, okay? They know the truth. Remember, they know the truth, okay? So if you have your CVS number, you want to make sure you have the SEVIS number, okay? All this information, of course, okay? I got all this information. U.S. State Department was my source of information. I got it from the embassy website, okay? And all the images are Google images. This is a disclaimer. So I have to do a good presentation. Okay, so I hope you have an understanding of what this DS-160 is. I'm so happy to spend time with you today. I'm coming through your comments. Okay, all right. Remember, my friends, success takes time, energy, sacrifice, passionate desire to succeed, and a strong resolve to win. There will be mistakes and failures along the way. Mistakes and failures are the bridges you cross on your way to success. Okay? So that's just how it works. Success takes time. Success takes time. I'm wishing you all the best. Okay? I'm wishing you all the best. We are going to do all these things and face the embassy. Okay? Face the embassy successfully. Thank you so much and good luck. Good luck in all your ambitions. DS160 today. Tell your friends, okay, that Janet covered. Next time we are moving to the embassy. Next time, now, when we do the DS160, we know exactly what to expect. We know exactly what to expect on the DS160. Moving on, so we will have all the documents we need. Okay? All right. Someone says, Janet, when are you talking about the DS260? I can prepare that. Okay? For people who are going on green cards, those ones have groups and they kind of help each other. But I can do that for you also, okay? I can do that DS260 for you. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, I can't stay without succeeding, yes. When is embassy resuming interviews? It goes country by country depending on, you know, what Corona is saying. But good luck, everyone, okay? That is your presenter. That is Janet Rangi today, okay? And I can't thank you enough for following me today. Okay, thank you so much for following. Of course, for more information, janetrangi.com. You know why I say janetrangi.com? Because I want you guys, if YouTube ever gets rid of me, if Facebook ever gets rid of me, the internet is free. We'll always find Janet Rangi. We have to find Janet Rangi. Here on Facebook, it's Janet Rangi, okay? We are not going anywhere, okay? If Google says no on YouTube, if Facebook says no because for some reason they wouldn't like me, we go on janetrangi.com. That's why Janet started our website with all these videos. We have to be smart. Like, you have to be always ahead of the game, okay? We always have to be ahead of the game. All right? So I hope you have, I don't know if you have any questions. I think that brings me to the end of the presentation. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Let me look at your comments. And thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for following. Let me look at the comments. Remember to keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. The desire will push you over the edge. The desire will make you the best. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall, but you never give up, okay? Because you know what? You're the best, all right? Lakisha says, we love you, Janet. Kerry's like, finally found you online. It's been a while. Welcome back, Kerry. You are a top fan. Sometimes you disappear. You guys, you come back. Alan is the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Act on your dreams. I like that. Actually, it's hustling. You know, you fall, you stand. It's never easy. Some of us who are here, it was never easy, but we put in the time. Okay? You don't watch Janet Rangi one video and then you're gone. And you say, I think I know what she's saying. You probably don't. You don't know. George, thank you so much for coming. Okay? I'm looking at your comments. So, what have we done? We started with F1 student visa, especially some of us who were discouraged. We didn't win green cards, and we said green card is a lottery. Our chances are low. But if we start exploring other visas, our chances are high. Okay? There's so much going on in the world. We don't know. Politics, disease, poverty, all those things. Us, we are just going to put ourselves in the best position to win. Meanwhile, as the world sorts itself, we are not going to stop. Okay? I talked about student visas. Make sure if you are a student right now, you're enrolled in the classroom in the fall. Don't wait. Oh, we are waiting for lawsuits to go through. No? You do your part. Run to that community college, apply. Make sure you are in class in the fall. Make sure you want to remain in status. Do you understand? For those who did green card 2020, lawyers are working on it. That's all we can do, but we can only work with what is within our control, okay? All right, Eliphas, prepare for embassy friends. I need to call you. Eugenia, thank you, Janet. I had given up, but you make my dreams come true. Thank you so much. Betty, I love you back, okay? Many people have told me they went 5 times, 6 times. I hope you're one of those that will just go 1 time and you get. Okay, Julian, thank you so much for coming. All right, okay guys, I will see you in the next video, which is going to be the embassy. Don't miss. K1 visa interviews will resume. I don't know if they're gonna give them with this travel ban. I think as soon as the embassy is open, they will resume. Okay, it's up to the embassy in your country to open. That is what it will determine. Don't forget, we are going to tackle the big elephant in the room. That is the next video. Okay, Janet, the way I'm pursuing this page, I've been harvesting a lot. Success, success, success. I love that, Alan. Steve, I love you. Rose, Steve, yes. Priscilla, Janet, my light is in the tunnel. I love you back, okay? Okay, who is that? Alexandros, thank you so much. Janet Rangi, my dreams will be there. Yes, we are looking for options. We are looking for options. That's all. What the world knows, Janet is saying, okay? Janet, how long does it take for KCC to contact you for submission after you have I'll come back with that answer, okay? The sooner the better. The sooner because when you submit early, they will work on your case faster, okay? The sooner the better, but just make sure you have all the documents before you give, okay? Adios, merci beaucoup, muchas gracias, kwaheri. I will see you in the next video. I love you so much and thank you so much for following. See you, adios, see you in the next video, okay? Bye bye, Pilo, bye.